Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. So, how do we manifest our wildest dreams for 2023? That's the question that my clients have been asking me is how do we manifest our wildest dreams in 2023? 2022 is, well, as I'm recording this, is pretty much at a close. So, how do we do that? Many of us have traditionally set, what do we call them? New Year's resolutions. I don't think they work. New Year's resolutions, for me and for many people that I have talked to, many people are these resolutions that we set, these ideas that, okay, this year it's going to be different. So we set this intention, we set a goal, we set a resolution, and hoping that just by setting it, by declaring it, by writing it down, that's going to make it happen. What happens though is that the goal, the intention, if you want to call it that, is over here, and we are still where we've always been. So we don't raise our vibration to be a match for this new intention, this new resolution that we've sent. So what happens is that it peters out, whether it's a day, a week, a month, it starts to, our desire for it starts to wane, or we see it's not happening. There's no change. So I'm going to say we give up is though that's my terms for it. My book, I talk about it. Never ever give up. The 8 keys to manifesting a life you would absolutely love. Never ever give up. But we do give up because our old belief system, our old paradigm comes in. We don't make a change to raise who we are to the level of this. A resolution is a higher a higher goal, a higher sight, a higher vision of who we see ourselves to be, what we see ourselves accomplishing. But we are the person that we are right now, we don't raise ourselves up to match that. So it can't happen. It's a miss. So my deep reflections for our manifesting our dreams in 2023 are really, really looking at yes, it's our vision. Always with me, you know me, it's what's your vision? So that's definitely number one. And then the second thing is committing to that vision. Well, what does that even mean? I commit to my vision. Yes, I'm excited about it. Yes, I want that to happen. But I mean, really commit to that vision, that no matter what, are there action steps that I can then take to, rather than the vision is just this all magical thing that's going to suddenly happen because I've again written it down, or but not really connected to it, not really decided for it. So there's a few steps in that. The idea of committing to a vision is number one for us as women, I believe, reconnecting with who are we are I'm going to call it our truest self. I work with Claire Zammit and Feminine Power. Really, I'm learning at a deeper level how to reconnect with our truest self. I had an experience just about a week ago, and I was blessed with one of the greatest wins of my entire life. Is that I have had it on my vision board. It was in my vision. I had a dream that as I wrote this book about manifesting our dreams, 8 steps to creating a life we absolutely love. I learned many of the techniques from Mary Morrissey and the Brave Thinking Institute, and had a dream that Mary would endorse it. Well, there's a story behind that I actually have never told until this very moment, is that when I had the thought, and then I thought, oh no, I dare not ask Mary for it. I mean, she's busy. She doesn't endorse other people's. Why would she endorse mine? I had a whole story that went on that. And I won't dive too deeply into it. I'll dive more deeply into it in my workshops, but for this video. And then I decided, well, no, let me, being who I am, coaching what I do, can I just ask for what I would love? Would I dare dream about it? So sent off an email, sent her the book. And, if you love this, if you believe this is helpful for women to find their purpose and create what they would love, would you endorse it? And nothing happened. And so I sort of let it go, but there was another part of me that said, no, it's on my vision board. I look at it every day. It's to my left. You can't see it. It's a picture of the front of my book. Mary Morrissey endorsed it. And lo and behold, literally the other day I got out of the blue an email with Mary's endorsement and her signature, and then a photo of her came. And it's like I was thrilled, I was shocked, I was amazed. I don't think I fully, well, I don't think I know, I didn't fully let it in. It just kind of sat there. I didn't stop. I didn't do what I've learned to do. I'm going to say I've learned to do it really a lot with Claire Zammit and Feminine Power, Lisa Nichols, is to stop, pause, celebrate that for myself. So there's a key, there's a clue in there, is to celebrate your wins. But I didn't stop. I didn't let it in. I didn't breathe it in. And so I didn't reconnect with my truest self, I didn't celebrate my wins. I didn't connect with who I truly am as a soul, that I had a dream to write this book, to change the lives of women all over the world. So I didn't connect with that part of me, that I had a dream. I told an uncomfortable story. I did the work that had to be done to write. I didn't connect with my truest self, with my internal feminine power. And so what happened is that the very next day, literally the very next day, I woke up with these feelings of insecurity, these feelings of a lower self-esteem, not of the woman that wrote a best-selling book, an international best-selling book that was endorsed by 3 of the most powerful women in the world. Claire Zammit of Feminine Power, Lisa Nichols of Motivating the Masses, the Queen of Empowered Speaking, and then Mary Morrissey of Life Mastery Brave Thinking Institute. I didn't wake up with those thoughts or feelings. I woke up with an old story, not my truest self, an old story that, okay, well, now what? Okay, you've done that. Now what's next? Well, you haven't, the whole story went on and on about who I wasn't yet, what I hadn't created yet. How was I going to create what is next? And it was strong. It was powerful. So instead of being totally connected with my truest self, I stayed in those feelings for just a little while until I got supported by my mastermind pod. Who is my truest self? Is my truest self that woman that wrote it, that created this amazing, life-changing, I'm going to say product or tool, or it's a book? Or is my truest self that woman that is still not good enough, that still has to do more, be more, try harder? Which is my true self? Well, given the results, I am choosing to connect with my truest self, which is, there's a power in me that breathes me. There is a woman that never gives up. So that's my true self. So I think that in order to create and manifest our wildest dreams in 2023, it's to learn how to connect with that part of us. And then the reason that old story comes up is because there is some releasing of the past for me, and I think for all of us. We've made mistakes. We haven't done it exactly as we thought. We didn't do it according to what we thought was the right way to do it. So maybe there's some things that got in the way. Maybe I want to forgive myself for, the parts of the journey. Maybe there's other people for me to forgive. So once I reconnected with who am I truly? Who is my true self? And as women, I think left to our own devices, we don't always do that. We still look at what is left to be done, what is left to be created, rather than who are we in our heart and in our soul, our true self? Who are we when we are in our power? Who are we when we are doing what we're meant to do, when we're using our gifts and talents? And then is there anything left to release where we made mistakes, something happened? There's maybe forgiveness to do. Otherwise, what we do is we're trying to create the next level of success, the next year, 2023, our wildest dreams on top of that old stuff, the old stories, the unforgiven, the mistakes because we're human. And then how do we really step now into the next year with, how do we step into our destiny for what's next for us? How do we do that with power and with grace? There's a process to that. And part of the process is to create a vision. Number one, what would you love? Regardless of what's happened up until this very minute, what's happened is create a vision. And then in order to manifest it is to really connect with who you truly are. Celebrate the wins. You know, we celebrate our failures 10 times more than we celebrate our wins. So to take the time and be in the company of other like-minded sisters. It's why I keep putting on workshops, putting one on January the 2nd, of really going through this process. How do we, in the company of other empowered women that are on the path of success, that are willing to acknowledge everything that we are and all that we're not, all that we are still becoming, to reconnect with the authenticity of who we are as a soul, as a divine spark of greatness? How do we connect to that and celebrate our wins? And then how do we release the past? So you're invited if you'd love to come. And if you're not, then I'm going to say the steps are create a vision, really connect with who you are, with the wins of what you've created in this last year. Release anything that has to be released, whatever for you there is to let go of. Let it go, release it. Do a ceremony, do a burning ceremony, do a ritual where you there are many, and I'm sure that you have some of your own, but release it, name it, and then just let it go and release it so that you can end this year with power and with grace and step into your destiny of 2023 and manifest whatever are your wildest dreams. Yeah, many blessings to you as we end this 2022 and begin the step forward into 2023. Many blessings.